Hey, everybody, it's time to swing with Still Swinging. And I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we got these viral TikTok modern women that I found. And fellas, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the mind of the delusional modern women and how it get built over time and just sets in. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the mindset in the 20s and how from the 20s it gets set in the 30s. And in the 30s, how they lock into it. And then in the 40s, it ain't no getting them out of it. All right? But I'm going to give you a walkthrough of where it started, how it set in, and how it get to the point of no return. All right. So, fellas, take a walk through with me on this journey through the mindset of the delusional modern woman and how she got this way. So, fellas, smash that like button. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you become a subscriber, because y'all know I be bringing it. Lock in on the journey with me, fellas. Fair use. Fair use.
I'll sell coochie. Don't give no coochie away for free. Men is expecting coochie for free. Don't be out here giving up no coochie for free. That's insane. And if he asks if you selling it, say yes.
Coming out of Walmart, and y'all know I look good, you know what I'm saying? I done styled my natural hair, got my little dress on with my little sandals, and I'm putting theory in the car, then this car pull up next to me. This is older man, but you know, I love when older men try to hit on me. Cause see, y'all be wanting the young niggas to be tricks. Baby, them niggas don't even have their life together. They not worried about tricking on no female. Them older men, they got their money stacked up and they ready to spend it. So, you know, I'm trying to feel him out. Of course, I'm finna ask for some money. That's number one. You ain't get my number if you ain't giving no money. He mentioned it before I even could. He gave me his business card. You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm call you. Not really finna call him. Then he told me, you better, cause I baby you and I pay them bills. And he shot me. I'm like, well, say no more, baby. I'm finna call you right now. What type this new being? Then I guess he seen me putting theory in the car. He told me something, and I'm gonna help you with my new stepdaughter. Okay, slow down now. He asked me how old Theory was. Told him she 10 months. So he gave her $10. And then I was walking off. I'm like, all right, boo, I'm going to call you or whatever. Tell you better, because I can help you. I can help you out a lot. And baby, I need that help. I'm calling him right now. I told him, I said, my client pick up her cake at 3. I'll be calling you at 4. It's too hot to be in a relationship, to be coupled up. Because the tricks is out. The niggas is out. And I'm out. And then it's so crazy because the tricks is really outside. I had went to the car wash and you know I had my little natural hair out and I was looking good, but I still had to vacuum out my car. The man who worked at the car wash, he gonna walk up to me, he gonna tell me something. It look like you need your feet and your nails done again. And then he was like, here, take my number, I'll pay for them. Just call me when you finna get them done. What? Then y'all keep asking me why I ain't got my hair done. Baby, the tricks was not tricking when I was wearing 30-inch bust downs. Baby, they like this right here. Edges sweated out and everything. This was
Fellas, where you think who you think taught them to have this thinking when they come to men? Huh? Where you think they got this thinking from? Got this thinking from women who don't want to have to compete with them. All right, sell it, sell it, sell it. All right, because they understand that, listen, men view women who carry themselves like this a certain way. All right, and not to be taken serious. See, but what would make these young ladies just come out their mouth this way? Let me give you one straight up reason. They can get it. You know, right now they at the point in their life where they can get it. Men are pay it right now. All right, they at the point of their life where they at the height of their sexual market value. All right, and they know they could talk like this and men will pull up and pay it. The problem is they only gonna rent it. All right, and she think getting her hair done, her nails done, her toes done, you know, and a couple extra dollars is really worth something, really means something. Want me to tell you why? Because she found out what that older gentleman already know. She ain't gonna get none of this from her baby daddy. She ain't gonna get none of this from her 10-month-old father. See, but she figured that out too late. She went and got her one of them cute young dudes that the older ladies pointed her to and said, yeah, he kept stamping them for her. All right. And then he got her pregnant. And then she started needing stuff from him. And he ain't able, he not capable of providing it. That any man would have foreseen, but she don't talk to men. And men don't tell her, so men can't tell her nothing. Women keep her far away from men and the consultation of men. All right, they tell them crazy stuff about men. Men these are predators, and men don't mean them no good. When baby girl, you look like my daughter. All right, and all I will want is the best for you. All right, for you to make it. For you to go on and build us another beautiful black family. All right. And go on and do your thing and get the hell out of our way. But women ain't going to do that. Women not going to do that. They going to keep giving you these pain stories and telling you you're too young. And they going to point you to couples that got married young and it didn't work. And all these travesties. But they ain't going to point you to all the ones that did work. And they still thriving to this day. They ain't going to point you to none of them. And if you point them to them yourself, they're going to tell you how she miserable. Because she can't get it. She can't get it, so she got to make something wrong with it. And like she happy she don't have it. When she wanted as bad as any other lady wanted. She just can't get it. She can't wait. She can't find a man worth a damn that want to give it to her. But she was once just like you, when men would give her the world, and she got everything except herself a husband, and a man to commit. They're giving it to her forever and sit her butt still. See, right now they can choose, but they not going to choose because they got all these options. And women and the women ahead of them don't want to have to compete with them. So they know older men not going to take care of these young dudes' babies. All right, so get them out of the competition for anything serious as quick as they can. All right, point them to Pookie and Ray Ray, the same dudes that had mama in the situations she was in. Point the daughter to them same dudes and hurry up and get them in a bad situation so they less of an option for men who could really do something with them. All right, mama don't want, because the kind of men that could do something with her, mama want him. Because when mama was her age, mama was doing this. All right, so she never learned. So she living this right now. And remember this moment right here, fellas, when men will pay it. Because she going to come back talking like this.
I was seeing this guy.
Dating men who knew nothing about courting a woman, vacations, going out on like 5-star dates, or men who do not want to be romantic. I think like me as a feminine soft woman, I genuinely enjoy being with a man, mainly a masculine man who wants to give me romantic experiences. So if a man does not want to give me that, then quite frankly, he's just not going to be my man. Number 2, travel more. No man in my city was ever going to be my husband, let alone really my boyfriend. So traveling more allows me to see better men, allows me to be better people, and allows me to do better things. Number 3, keeping the faith in black love. Like, I absolutely want to marry a gorgeous black man and have a beautiful black marriage with beautiful black children and have black generational wealth. There will be no dating out on my end because, quite frankly, I don't have to. I date better black men and I am happy about my decision. I believe strongly in the black family structure, and that is just what it's going to be for now and forever. Number 4, what you deal with is what you will put up with, and I will never put up with modern day dating. So you will never see me in these 50-50 or none of those type of relationships. I will be a pedestal wife. Number 5, my happiness must come first. So a man who's in submission to God, understand his purpose and know where he's going, is a man who has to go through God just to get to me.
Remember her 20s, fellas. When men would just pull up and start giving her stuff. All right, that's what she remember. That's where she at in her 30s. Okay, you can't tell her she don't just still deserve this. All right, just not the part she don't like no more. All right, the part of men just showing up and giving us stuff, but just showing up when they feel like it, not having no kind of consistency, because that's how it is when they not serious about her, when they just playing with her. They just show up and be giving us stuff. See, because men know when he got future plans with you, he not going to be able to do that long term. And he can't build that expectation in you. So he know not to even start it. And at 30, in your 30s, he think you should know better, but you don't. See, she brought this spoiled brat entitlement from her 20s into her 30s, fellas. This delusion that men need to show up and start paying for her, because she remember in her 20s, no matter how she acted, no matter how ruthlessly selfish she was, men would come and put up with her. Men would come and listen to her. Men would come and go for all the tricks and all her games, all right, and all her behavior, all right, and still do the things she liked them to do. And remember, in this time when she could get a man to do anything she wanted him to do, she got a man to do everything but marry her. All right, she kept looking for the next best thing and the next best thing and how it can get better. All right, never correcting her behavior, never looked in the mirror, and her behavior just getting more disastrous as the years go by. And all the men she meet start putting up with it less and less. All right, to the point that now she in her 30s. Now she can't get this. And now she still thinks she deserved this. And you can't tell her she can't get this because she remember her 20s when men would just pull up and start giving her stuff.
That it's okay to admit that you're lonely. I think as a strong, independent Black woman, as a strong, independent woman, I think it is like this notion of you take care of yourself. And like, I think people look at me and they're like, you're so strong, you go on these trips, you do all these things. And yeah, I do that, but I still like crave partnership, right, and companionship. And I think in my last video when I shared that I went out to eat by myself because I was lonely, it's okay to admit that, like, yeah, some days I do want to lay on the couch and cuddle, right? Like, I do a lot for myself. And in this economy, taking care of your house, paying your bills, doing all the things by yourself is draining. So shout out to you if you also do that. But it is okay to do all those things and still want and crave, like, the intimacy that comes with spending time with someone, right? Going on dates, all the things. I think the moral of what I'm saying is that it's okay to be lonely. It's okay to want to go on dates, right? It's okay to crave intimacy. Like, these are normal feelings. So don't ever feel bad about it. And I think if we shared it more, it would just help. So this is me sharing it more.
See, fellas, she remember her 20s. She in her 30s. When it wasn't like this. It wasn't this hard to get attention. All right, she wasn't this heavy. All right, she was in shape. She ain't never had to crave attention. Men would come and take her out. Men would come and do nice things for her. Just because she was there. She think it still should be that easy. All right, because she spent that time when she could have got her a man, built and cultivated a relationship so she wouldn't be going what she going through right now. She was busy being a rebel, getting whole chest tattoos and being an independent woman, a boss bee. And you see, when all of that don't work out for him, find a man. Find a man. Well, now you're looking for a man, and men ain't really looking for you. They really ain't checking for you. You older and heavier. And she still remember in her 20s when it wasn't this hard. When men would just pull up and probably go at it with each other over who was going to get to take her on a date. Now she can't buy a date. Now she can't buy a date. Now, listen, check it out, right? It ain't got nothing to do with her. Listen to these last two women. It's these men who won't come and do this for them. The stuff that they used to get. And see, Back when they was getting everything they could from a man, they got everything except a husband and set their butt still so they wouldn't have to be doing what they doing now. Let me tell you something, ladies. You in your 30s and you out here trying to date, you're going to hate men. I'm telling you now, you're going to hate men, especially in your mid to late and early. Listen, all them 30s, because men don't think you still should need all the stuff you think you should be getting. All right, that's why. That's why. And they think y'all want too much. Because in your 30s, you should be ready to go. You've been working all your life. And most of y'all looking for some man to come and pay for y'all so y'all can kick y'all feet up and go do what y'all want to do with y'all paychecks while he take care of you and you be some kind of rebel and do whatever you want and be this boss bee. And he got to keep going back and forth with you because y'all supposed to be partners while he taking care of you. And listen, let me explain something to you. Don't nobody take care of their partner. Your partner hold his own. That's why he your partner. All right, the minute you got to take care of your partner, you drop his ass off. All right, that's bad business. Because if you taking care of your partner, he getting all the benefits and not holding his weight. If you carrying his weight, you should be getting his share. All right, so whoever doing the lion's share, all right, trust me, more than likely going to be calling the shots. You asking for a man to come and do the lion's share, but he can't tell you nothing. All right, you in your 30s. In your 20s, you remember when men would put up with it for a while. All right, they would at least put up with it for a while. Now they don't even come and get it.
Normalize being a chalant man again. Like, in my 30s, I noticed that there are so many men who really try to play so coy and cool with you. And, like, I just don't quite understand it. I don't know if it's, like, insecurity, like, not knowing, like, trying to avoid being hurt and, like, protect their pride and their egos. I don't know what it is, but it's, like, a thing. And as for me, like, at this point, I'm 30. Like, I know exactly who I am. I know I'm that girl. I know exactly what I can bring to another person. So it's like, if you're deciding that you are...
Baby girl, you can know whatever the hell you want. We don't know it. That's why you won't hear begging. All right, you get in your 30s. And men don't got all this attention for you no more. And when you need more attention than he think you require, he gonna keep it moving. When you need more attention than he think you should require, you're gonna keep it moving. Because in your 30s, you shouldn't require the kind of attention you required when you was 22. Okay, you shouldn't need all this help and attention. All right, no, he ain't gonna think he need to pull up and start paying for you to get your attention like he would in your 20s. He don't think he should still have to do that for you. And he ain't gonna think that way of you just because you think that way of you. You can't make nobody think the way you think about you. That's about how much I could get you to think about me the way I think about me. That's about how much that's going to happen for you. It ain't going to change because you're a woman. All right. That's not what we see when we see another victim. All right, who don't want to pay no attention to her behavior. We clearly see a nice looking lady. You had plenty of opportunities with men. Could none of them do it with you? You here in your 30s, middle age, begging, and you still can't see nothing you done wrong. If we let you tell it, you just a sweet and lovely lady. And all these big bad men just keep coming up doing you wrong. And now you trying to date and just be a good girl. And no, you needed to be a good girl back when men was trying to date you. And when men gave a damn. All right, that's when you needed to be a good girl. But you was trained wrong. You was trained by those bitter women. You was trained by those women who didn't want to have to compete with you. So they told you to be a rebel and to be a boss bee and that you're too young to take relationships serious. Back when you could get whatever you want, they kept telling you to keep on looking. Don't choose. You're too young. You're going to end up in that relationship like her that didn't work. They're going to give you all these horror stories to get you in bad situations that's not attractive to men. And then they ain't got to compete with you. See, like sort of like you up here doing now, ain't nothing your fault. It's just these men. These men don't know how to treat you. And you see these young girls, they come online and tell you how they could just demand stuff from men. And you remember you could just demand stuff with men and they would make it appear. And back then when you could make anything appear, you made everything appear except the husband.
To act real like chalant about me, or just like try to play the field of like, oh, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna be your friend and actually I'm wanting more from you, it ain't gonna work, because I will friend zone you so hard that you won't know what hit you. Like, what do you think this is? I don't have time for that.
Do you ladies even listen to your delusional self, baby girl? A man who ain't paying you no mind and taking you serious anyway, don't give a damn if you put him in your friend zone. What are you even saying? You're not making sense, baby girl. You used to talking to women who don't require that you make sense, just that you be a victim.
Like, no. And then now I don't trust you because you just like are actually being manipulative instead of stating your true intentions. Right? So yeah, no, like this one guy, he was really, I dapped him up. I think that made him upset. I dapped this guy up because you acting like you want a homie. And what's up? I dapped him up and I think that made him upset. But like, yeah, you want a homie? I'll show you a homie. I always wanted a brother. Yeah, that's what. And again, you're not going to know what hit you because then I don't want you anymore.
Baby girl, you say dating is weird. You kind of weird. He ain't taking you serious. He already treating you like a homie. All right, and you dapped him up and he looking at you crazy. But at the same time, listen, it ain't making him no difference is what I'm saying. He ain't come back and try harder. He just went on about his business. That don't tell you nothing. That you're not giving men what they want, baby girl. They not interested in what you've given them. All right, you need to bring sexy back. All right, and then you need to start by accepting the men who want you. Not going after the men who wouldn't pay you no mind, who not going to take you serious. Because see, that's a lot of you ladies' problem. You go around comparing men to men you can't get. See, men don't have that luxury. All right, you can't compare me to Jay-Z because you can't get Jay-Z. You can't compare me to Boris Kojas because you can't get Boris Kojas. But you don't want me to compare you to Beyonce because that wouldn't be fair. And you don't compare yourself to other women. But guess who do? Guess who do compare you to other women? Men, we're going to always compare you to other women. We don't give a damn that you don't want to be compared to other women. We're going to compare you to our ex-girl. We're going to compare you to that girl from last night. We're going to compare you to that girl that gave us her number 20 minutes ago. All right, listen. And listen, they hitting harder than you. That don't mean you won't do for right now. See, men don't move like women, and y'all think we should, or it should change because y'all don't like it. And if we change, y'all could get what y'all want, but we don't give a damn about y'all getting what y'all want. We want to get what we want. And if you ain't going to give us what we want, why would we give a damn about y'all getting what y'all want? All right, you a rebel, baby girl. And you think just because you're sitting here being nice about being one, you ain't going to push no man around because you being nice about it. You ain't gonna make no man who don't want to take you serious come and take you serious because you being nice about it. All right, you ain't gonna make no man who not that interested in you more interested in you because that's what you want when that ain't what the hell he want. And you need it to be what he want for you to get what you want. He don't give a damn. He don't want you like that. You got to take the men who want you like that and give them those opportunities. All right, you want to give these opportunities to men who don't take you serious because you remember in your 20s when getting attention from men was a lot easier. And in your 30s, you lock into this, it ain't your fault. And these men need to do better. And you should still be getting the things you was getting from men when you was getting them from men in your 20s. And now in your 30s, they ain't giving you all this attention and none of these gifts.
Like, ain't no way I'm feeling like this in all the 7 days. How dare you think without me? I need to be everywhere you are. I need to be in your skin. I need to know what you ate for breakfast. I need to make sure it went down properly. Are you still breathing? Okay.
See, that's because in their 30s, men got less attention for these rebels. All right. And men ain't showing up as often as they used to. All right. And then when she get her hands on one she like, okay, oh, this what it is. She need to press them. All right. She need to make them feel what she going through. All right. Because these men ain't coming like they used to be coming. And that's how it is when she get one she like. Now, and that's how they get when they jumping into their 40s, in their late 30s, about to jump into their 40s. It's like this.
So a few years ago, I was seeing this guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say who he is or what he is, blah, blah, blah. I was seeing this guy. We were not official and we were not really boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were seeing each other in that kind of way. We shot content together and we kind of got along very well. Let's just say that we bonded over something that we both did. Anyway, so me and this guy are hanging out. We're shooting all our content together. We're, you know, acting like a couple, but we really weren't a couple at all. And that was okay. But he wanted me to be exclusive to him. And I'm just like, you're the only person I'm seeing right now, so why not? So I would hang out with him. We would go to the movies. We would go to dinners together, do coupley things. One day, him and I would go to the gym in his area. He'll be teaching me some things here and there, or I will be doing my own workout. I look over as he's working out, and I see this girl. Like, she's cute. Whatever, I didn't think much of it. I see this girl watching him. And I'm just like, maybe she's a fan. Maybe she knows him from blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So I finished my workout. I'm getting my pump in. I'm doing me. And all of a sudden, I see her go approach him. All right, she approaches. She is innocent. So they're talking, they're hugging. It looks like he knows her. So I was like, oh, they must know each other. So he comes over to me and go, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. She's my brother's girlfriend's friend, best friend. I said, oh, hi, blah, blah, nice to meet you. I'm Melinda. She goes, oh my God, hi, I know you, I've seen the show, blah, 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 yada, yada. Okay, it was cute interaction, nothing crazy, innocent. But as the weeks go on, as him and I are hanging out more, I start to see her around a little bit more often. When him and I went to LA and went to a few other places, she would pop up.
Now keep in mind, fellas, in this bonehead story she's telling, that she just going everywhere and up under this dude like she his woman. She not his woman. All right, but she noticing some chick who often keep appearing, but she not his woman. All right, and she noticed, and it's clear to her, but she keep noticing some random chick that's appearing. All right, but she's supposedly okay with the situation with him, but in this fantasy story she telling right now, because I don't believe much of it. But you know, listen, but I'm just showing you the level of delusion that they start going to.
The places she would pop up randomly. But his excuse was, that's my brother's girlfriend's friend. She's always around. I said, okay, no harm here. She's innocent. Until one day, him and I go to LA. We're hanging out, we're doing our thing. His brother is there and his brother's girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, hey, blah, 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 hey. All of a sudden, guess who peeks from around the corner? Exactly, her. So I'm just like, oh, you're the girl from the gym. I wasn't expecting you to be here. She goes, yeah, I'm just hanging out with blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, girl, it's cool. Hang out with all of us, whatever. Anyway, long story short, I start to get some suspicious intuition. So as him and I are in LA, we have an Airbnb together. We're staying together in his Airbnb. You know, we're, hanging out, whatever, doing our thing until he leaves to go somewhere. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna play a prank on this guy. I'm gonna hide in the closet, and when he comes to try to find me, I'm gonna jump out on him. Tell me why he comes back from wherever airing he ran. I don't know where he went at. He comes back to the Airbnb that we're staying at. So I'm in the closet, I'm hiding, waiting for him to find me. Guess what? I hear him on the phone. So I'm like, I didn't think much of it. He comes upstairs, calling my name, saying, Melinda, are you here? Are you here? I didn't say anything. So he comes to the closet, didn't find me, which is weird. I'm in the closet, he didn't see me. So I go, should I jump out? So I did it. I was more intrigued about who was this girl on the phone, because I heard a girl's voice. She was on speaker. Tell me why he goes back downstairs. I get out the closet and I sneak downstairs to eavesdrop on the chat. I overhear him on the phone with this girl who I don't know who it is, and he's going to tell me you love me. Oh, tell me you miss me. I was like, what? And then I overheard her say on the phone, when are you going to end things with Melinda? When are you going to clear all that up and tell people that y'all not really together? I was like, wait, what? He said, oh no, we're going to figure it out. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just like, but we're not together. We're kind of just seeing each other. And last time I checked, you told me not to tell people that we're not together, but you want them to think that we're together. And I'm just like, make it make sense. So I stomped my feet downstairs, like, boom, scared him. Click, phone hangs up, blah, blah, blah. He gets like a heart attack. He goes, oh my God, I didn't know you were here. I said, I was hiding in the closet waiting for you to find me so I can scare you. So I was like, so who's that on the phone? He gets all hissy and pissy, gets pissed at me. It was like, no. And he gets angry. I was like, whoa, calm down, buddy. It's not that serious. Like, I don't give a damn who you on the phone with. All I want to know is, like, why are you being so secretive and lying and hiding things when you and I aren't even anything? So why are you acting like this? He escalates it by 1,000. He packs his things, pack up all his stuff, gets on the phone with his mama. Oh, I can't stay here with her. She's acting crazy. Ooh. I was the calmest person ever, because first of all, you're not my boyfriend. Second of all, I only ask you a simple question, so why you get defensive? So he packs all his things, leaves me in LA by myself.
Okay, so if you listen to this special victim, right? Some guy who ain't her man, right, in LA, in their Airbnb. You know, just moving around like husband and wife on the trip. You know, she hide in the closet when he come in just to see what he gonna do to scare him. He look in the closet and don't see her, but she overheard him on the speakerphone with some girl. All right, this some dude who not our man. All right, so she creeped downstairs and she hear him on the phone telling the woman about her, Melinda. This Melinda right here. And that he gonna break up with her. Some woman he ain't even with, but he telling some chick that he telling to tell he love him about her. Some chick who he just beaten. He got all this attention for her and she just cool and calm. I mean, she cool as a fan. She don't care nothing about it. But he going rowdy and crazy, but supposedly he the one in the wrong for doing nothing to her, because that's not his woman. And he do whatever the hell he want. and they just smashing. But in her mind, she could tell this to women and still be a victim because he talking to another woman. When she know the situation that she here under, and that they don't have no real established commitment to each other. They just smashing and he in the Airbnb according to the fairy tale of this nonsense. And he left her in LA for no reason at all. And that's not even his woman. And she was just cool and calm and she ain't say nothing. She was just cool about it the whole time because she ain't cared nothing about it. So much that she snuck up on him and it was when he said he was going to break up with her, some chick he ain't even with. And the story is ridiculous, but we listening.
Myself and leaves. He leaves me in LA. Okay, so at that point, I'm done with this person. I don't want to talk to you, but I'm also curious to know who this girl was. So after him and I stopped talking for a bit, I went back to New York. I got in contact with him. I was like, hey, can we talk? What the hell happened? So he said some things. We talked. It was squashed. I said, it's not that serious. Like, all I respect is honesty. Just give me honesty. Couldn't even do that. Still lied. I'm going to fast forward this a bit because it's a lot more details than that. I'm going to fast forward it a bit. Come to find out, after him and I stopped completely talking, his ex-girlfriend contacted me. So him and his ex-girlfriend contacted me randomly. So I'm like, why is this girl contacting me? So this is not the girl who I saw at the gym. It's not her. This girl contacted me to give me the full tea on this person who she was seeing as well.
Now the ex-girlfriend know about her too. And this just some random cheeks he was tapping. All right. And all of his women just know about her. All right, she was such a fixture in his life. She wasn't nobody, no. But all these chicks enough to get in contact with her about him. All right, according to the gospel of her and the women's society, where you don't have to make sense, you just have to make yourself a special victim.
His ex-girlfriend contacted me. So him and his ex-girlfriend contacted me randomly. So I'm like, why is this girl contacting me? So this is not the girl who I saw at the gym. It's not her. This girl contacted me to give me the full tea on this person who she was seeing as well. She ends up telling me that the girl that I saw in the gym was his girlfriend. The girl at the gym was his girlfriend.
See, now I had enough of this crock a load of BS. All right. So you trying to tell me this man woman and she played like a side chick to some side chick. All right. In the gym, she act like she ain't know. And his woman his man supposed to been here with her, and she played like she was the side chick and don't know nothing about you, and you ain't no goddamn body. See, it don't gotta make sense. Just gotta make her join the special victims union, and this way she joined the special victims union. All right. And nothing her fault. And she gotta make up these ridiculous stories. The delusion set in. And all she can accept is victim stories. All right, because she a victim. And this delusion set in with this victimology that everybody just done something to her, even if she got to make it up. All right, because this story she telling is because this is something she would like to be going on in her social life, but it's not. Her social life ain't nothing to talk about, so she got to make one up. All right, pretty girl, nice looking lady, she old. All right, and men, we see it. She been through enough men. She had enough men. And men won't come and do this kind of stuff for her. Take her to LA. This the kind of stuff she want to be going on. And so in her mind, she make up these fantasies. This delusion is set in. All right. She busting through into her 40s. And in her 40s, she gonna realize this shit ain't been happening. So she gotta make something up quick to tell herself. Then it's gonna start going like this, fellas.
So I was at the supermarket the other day and I saw this real nice looking guy, and I couldn't determine if he was actually buying groceries for himself or if he was an Instacarter. And my mind started to spiral like, could you date an Instacarter? And then it made me think of like, what careers would you not be able to date? Now, me as a 46-year-old woman, college educated, entrepreneur, own my own business, these are the people and their careers that I would not date. I'm not dating a drug dealer or a scammer. I got way too much to lose to be caught up in any type of scamming you got going on. You know what I'm saying? You won't take me down. You know what I mean? A stripper, of course. A personal trainer. They be getting too much tang thrown at them. I ain't got time for that. What else? I don't know if I could date somebody who has a full-time job that I consider to be a part-time job. At the age of 46, and I'm dating people who are in their 40s, you need to have a career. You need to have a career to date me. You need to have been at your job for almost 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You should be pending retirement at this point.
That's the delusion in the 40s. Okay, she seen some cute Instacart guy, and she thought he drove Instacart or did Instacart or whatever the case may be. Keep in mind, fellas, he never paid her no mind. She viewed him as an option, and this man never paid her no mind. Because the fact that she was wondering, could she date an Instacarter when she saw him, let me know she thought he was fine. But he ain't pay her no goddamn mind, but she still saw him as an option. Even though this dude never paid her no mind. You as a man could never get up here and talk about some woman who never paid you no goddamn mind. And you talking about him like you thinking in your mind if you would date him or not. Like this man gave a damn about your old age. All right, see, they get old and heavy, and then they start trying to figure out how to drop some of their lists when don't nobody care no more. But they stuck in this delusion back in their 20s when they could get it. Back in their 30s when they locked into it. And now in her 40s, she can't get out of it. Everything she see it delusionally in a certain way, the way that benefit her and won't make her face reality. The reality that this man who she thought was that fine ignored her and didn't pay her no mind. She gotta start talking like she could have had him if she wanted him. All right, because women are listening to this. Women are listening to this because there's so many women in a situation that tell themselves the same thing, even though she 46 years old, still looking for a date, which means men ain't paying her no mind. And she's still talking about the kind of men she wouldn't date. Drug dealers. Drug dealers don't date old ladies. They get the hottest women, trust me. Trust me, and you know good and goddamn well they don't come and date old ladies. All right, so why are you talking about drug dealers and scammers? All right, the professional rich dudes in the street who get the hottest that the street got available to them. They don't come and get old ladies. Shut your ass up. All right, you talking crazy. All right, this your situation. You don't have no options of which men you going to take. You're going to take whichever man interested in what you got, which ain't much. You're 46 years old, and all you can offer a man at this point is some of your company. And he ain't looking for no chick that's 46 years old, looking to pull up and get treated like she 22. Because you get to get treated like you 22. Meanwhile, he's stuck with some 46-year-old old lady who can't offer him shit but some of this entitled company. You know that he take her traveling, that he do all kinds of shit that he could go and do for a 25-year-old and get all the benefits of why you take a woman on that trip. Not some chick like you who think it's owed to her for all the men she chose in the past who wouldn't come do it for her, and he can't get shit back for it. Nothing, but just more of your expectations. All right, no, you're going to take a man who doing what he do, making what he make, look how he look, and interested in what you got, which ain't that goddamn much. I don't care what you told yourself. I don't care what women told you. You on here looking for a date because men don't want it. And men don't care if you stay like you are. Not the kind of men you looking for to want it. All right, I could prove it. You on here telling us about how you having a hard time. And you having a hard time because the men that want you, you think you too good for them. And the men you think you should be running with got your ass on here talking like this. All right? Because you don't wait till you 46 and don't nobody want it to figure you should try to sell it for the kind of what you were selling it for back when men will pull up and pay for it, you know, back in her 20s. That's where this delusion get fueled. That's where this delusion get fueled, guys. This delusion get fueled back in their 20s. All right. And no matter what, it's never them. The problem never them. The problem is you just don't understand. And they need to join the Special Victims Union. And you need to give her all this grace for being 46. Nice looking lady. And all by goddamn self to the point she out here in the world, still in the streets, complaining about a date. All right. Your date should be the man you've been rolling with for the last 20 years. All right. Back when you was getting baby daddies and leave it going from man to man. That's when you should have been choosing your husband. Back when you could take your pick. And now you still up here telling the young ladies it's the men's fault and not your fault for not choosing when you had a choice. Now you ain't got no goddamn choice. All right. And you think men should slow down and do what you want them to do and value what you think they should value, because that way you would get what you want. We don't give a damn about you getting what you want. We want what we want, and you don't got what we want. And we ain't going to take what you got just because you don't have what we want. You clearly see we don't need it. You're right here in front of us. All right. And you can get as delusional as you want. But that handsome guy who was driving the Instacart, he wasn't thinking about an old lady. And he ain't an option to you. All right, the men who are the option to you are the men who take their shot and get serious about you. All right, not the men who you won't give a shot to. Not the men who take their shot, but they ain't putting too much effort up. Because ain't nobody about to be courting you like that. All right. A man don't think he should have to do all that to be in your life. And that's what you expected, to be courted the way he was courting you when you was 22, when he could get something out of it. See, you need him to value what you want him to value instead of what he values. You don't have what he want. And you think that he need to just take what you got, and being as though he won't, that means something wrong with these men. No, back when you should have been choosing, you ain't want to choose. And ain't nobody blaming you for trying to do better and keep trying to do better and keep being a spoiled brat and keep being this boss chick, boss babe, getting it going on. All right, well, you turned yourself into the man you want. Rock out. Because if you're going to keep this thinking, you're going to keep this situation. All right. That you could just have a man because you want him. No, you're going to take the man that wants you. And fellas, they step up the level of delusion. All right. Trust me. And that's when they really join the Special Victims Unit.
If a man claims he wants to date a black woman, I need you to be very vigilant, okay? I'm speaking obviously for non-black men here, okay? Now, there is a level of sensitivity a man has to have when dating a black woman, because it's not the same as dating his counterpart. I don't care if he's Asian, I don't care if he's Hispanic, I don't care if he's whatever. It's not the same. And I honestly think that a lot of these non-black men are in the clouds when it comes to dating a black woman, because they just think, well, I went out with an Asian girl, or I went out with a Pakistani girl, I went out with, okay, but she's not black. And
no, they not in the clouds. They don't give a damn about your reasons for why you don't know how to act. All right, they don't give a damn about your reasons for why you don't know how to act, just like we don't. All right, that's why you're over there trying to see what you could do with them. All right, because we don't give a good goddamn about your reasons for why you unruly, why you entitled and so selfish, and you think we should give you everything we got, and in return, you should be able to give us your ass to kiss if you feel like it, and we should still take care of you. And we should do all the things that you like, and you should get all the upside and none of the downside. And you can go to hell with this special victim stuff. And men of all races going to keep telling you that. All right, listen, black men, the only hope you had with accepting this special victim. See, their women don't act like you. All right, and they ain't gonna get used to this because you think they should, so you can get what you want.
You can have kids with these types of women, and your kids wouldn't really look that different. They might have maybe an olive complexion, or they might have certain ethnic features, but it's not going to be that much of a dramatic difference compared to if you're with a black woman, okay? Let's just be real. Too many men are afraid to have conversations in the talking stages, in the beginning stages of months 1 and 3, and girls, if he's not opening the dialogue, you need to be opening the dialogue, okay? I'm so glad we have all these common interests. I'm so glad we have all these common hobbies. It's amazing. I love that. However, if we're not comfortable talking to each other about this, there's no point of me taking you seriously.
You see how you just need to be this hell of a guy, and you need to have all this understanding for her? She don't want to have no understanding for you. You need to be everything she needs you to be. But when it comes to her expectations of herself is that you just have a bunch of understanding for her. And that's it. That she gonna be a rebel. That she get to do whatever she feel like. She get to say whatever she feel like. She should talk to you however she want. And you should take care of her. And you should just understand that she got a different plight than other races of women and other cultures of women. And you should give her all this special treatment because she is a special victim. And you get your ass out of here.
Seriously. Like, I had to come to my own conclusion with that, because I would date guys where we would get along famously. We had same taste in music, same taste in our hobbies or whatever, but it would be more so for my suburban side. And when I would want to hang out with these people, or when I would want to hang out and, let's say, go to like a Haitian party or have listen to Haitian songs or whatever, I wouldn't feel comfortable actually being myself. And that was where the problem started. And whenever I'd want to have conversations about my experience back in high school or in college or whatever, there would be an issue, or there would be a dismissal, or there would be some type of barrier as to why we couldn't have the conversation in deep detail, to the point where one of my exes was like, I heard from a psychologist that it's not smart to talk about or it's not healthy to speak about racial differences in a relationship. We all know he's been EBS, okay? We all know that. Okay, or another guy that I dated who was like, oh, I understand what you're saying, but I don't really believe in like the victim mentality. I'm like, I'm not a victim. I'm simply sharing my experience, okay?
No, she not a victim. She a special victim. She joined the special victims unit a long time ago. She a pro. She a professional victim, a professional special victim. And you ain't gonna tell her she not one. All right, because she don't call it that. And if they don't call it that, that's not what it is. They only know what it is when somebody else doing it. They don't know what it is when they doing it. All right, when they doing it, it's called something else. It's called speaking their truth and just telling it like it was. They telling a goddamn lie. All of them special victims. The world done something to them. They ain't never done nothing to nobody. They locked in this delusion, and in their 40s, this what it get. This how delusional it get. You just need to accept this. You need to accept this rebel, because she can't change. She wouldn't even know where to start. All right? She wouldn't know where to start. All right? So that's how the rebel get built. It go untreated, then eventually untamed. Then there's nothing you can do with it. Nothing you can do with it. Level 5 disaster. You understand what I mean? Level 5 kind. The level 5 kind, fellas. Can't be cleaned up. must be abandoned. All right, listen, you can't come and believe in them. They gonna forever be in the streets. They professional victims because all the problems they got going on with them, you just need to understand. And you just need to have what they want and take care of them while they do whatever the hell they feel like. And if you ain't willing to do that, there's something wrong with you. And they ain't gonna figure out, they don't have no way of making men do this. See, in their 40s, they figure out they don't have no way of making men do this. They lock into this delusion that them 20s gonna come back. That day when a man gonna ride up on this white horse and save her like he used to always do. When she was in her early 20s, she could always call Earl, and Earl will come up and save her. All right, to get the chopping in them cheeks. But the older she get, the more he start looking for her 10 years ago. And she don't realize back when she had her choice and she could have whatever she wanted, she didn't want to choose. All right, she chose everything except her husband. Sat her butt still and closed her mouth. And went on and built herself a life. No, in her 40s, she's still looking for one. And it can't be her fault. It gotta be your fault. She locked into this. You ain't getting her out of this, fellas. Fellas, smash that like button. If you ain't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because y'all know I be bringing it. Look, fellas, get you a membership. Support the channel. Show me some love, because y'all know I be bringing it. All right? Shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to all my loyal supporters. I love y'all. Y'all know I'm